The Irwin family represented the purest embodiment of love, resilience, and unbreakable human spirit for 14 glorious years, a marriage so profound and beautiful that Terry Irwin still carries its warmth in her heart every single day, standing tall and comfortable with the strong, compassionate woman she sees reflected in the mirror, a woman forged in optimism, fierce maternal love, and an unyielding dedication to the natural world that she and her beloved husband Steve cherished more than life itself. Yet behind the radiant public image of this extraordinary family, a heartbreaking and entirely unforeseen tragedy has quietly unfolded, one that has moved the steadfast Terry Irwin to tears on countless occasions, not from weakness but from the overwhelming depth of a mother's love as she watches her cherished son Robert navigate the sharp, devastating turns that life has thrown at their once promising future, a future that was forever altered by the untimely and shocking loss of Steve Irwin, the legendary crocodile hunter whose massive personality, contagious enthusiasm for wildlife, and fearless connection to animals made him a global icon beloved by millions, whose sudden death in that bizarre 2006 Stingray accident sent shockwaves across the planet, shattering hearts everywhere and leaving Terry not only without her soulmate, her closest friend, her business partner, and the father of their two precious children, but also with the colossal responsibility of carrying forward an immense legacy of conservation, education, and unbreakable passion for protecting endangered species and the planet they all held so dear. In the raw, disorienting days and months following Steve's passing, Terry felt completely lost, adrift in a sea of grief where every corner of Australia's zoo echoed with memories of their shared dreams, their joint adventures, and the laughter that once filled their home. Yet in that profound darkness she made a vow that would define the rest of her life. She would continue Steve's mission with every ounce of her being, not just for the animals that depended on them, not just for the millions inspired by their work, but most importantly for Bindy and Robert, ensuring that their father's spirit lived on through their actions, their voices, and their dedication. And what followed was nothing short of remarkable as Terry poured her soul into expanding the Australia Zoo's wildlife hospital, treating tens of thousands of injured and sick animals, establishing critical wildlife corridors, launching ambitious breeding programs for endangered species, and transforming the zoo into a living, breathing monument to Steve's vision of bringing people closer to nature so they would fight to protect it. As a mother, her role became even more sacred and paramount as she guided young Bindy, who at just 8 years old stood at her father's funeral and called him her hero with innocent courage, and little Robert, who was only 2 when tragedy struck, growing up surrounded by the untamed beauty and raw power of the Australian wilderness at the zoo where crocodiles, kangaroos, and countless other creatures were not distant exhibits but family, teaching him from the earliest age the values of respect, compassion, stewardship, and fearless curiosity that Steve had instilled so deeply. Robert's metamorphosis has been nothing short of breathtaking and deeply emotional for Terry to witness. This small boy who once trailed behind his father learning to handle reptiles and care for wildlife with tiny hands now standing tall as an acclaimed wildlife photographer whose stunning images have captured the world's attention, winning prestigious awards including first place in the Wildlife Photographer of the Year competition with a haunting yet full photograph of a fire-devastated forest that spoke volumes about both loss and nature's incredible power to regenerate, his work shining a powerful light on climate change, habitat destruction, and the urgent need for conservation action that has inspired countless young people globally to step up and protect the planet. Terry has often found herself moved to tears of immense pride and bittersweet joy when she sees Robert stepping confidently onto international stages, handling massive crocodiles with the same expertise and charisma as his father, appearing on shows like The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon where his wit, knowledge, and genuine love for animals captivate audiences of all ages, or when he delivers passionate speeches at global conservation conferences simplifying complex environmental issues into accessible, motivating calls to action that resonate deeply with everyone who hears them, moments where she feels Steve's presence so vividly it feels as if he is standing right there smiling with that trademark Irwin grin, filling her heart with a mixture of sorrow for what was lost and overwhelming gratitude for what has been reborn through their children. The family's unbreakable bond has only grown stronger through every challenge, with Robert and Bindy forming an unstoppable duo who continue to work side by side at the Australia Zoo, rescuing hundreds of thousands of animals during the devastating Australian bushfires, operating rehabilitation programs, conducting vital crocodile research to ensure these magnificent creatures can thrive alongside humans, and using their platform to educate and mobilize the next generation of conservationists. all while Terry watches with a mother's heart full of love, reflecting on how Robert has taken his father's influence and transformed it into something uniquely his own, not merely imitating but innovating, creating breathtaking wildlife photography that hangs in galleries worldwide, leading hands-on conservation initiatives, and becoming a cherished public figure whose authenticity and enthusiasm cannot be faked because it flows straight from the soul. Through years of public scrutiny, personal grief, and the heavy weight of living up to a legendary name, the Irwins have demonstrated time and again that true strength emerges not in the absence of pain but in the courageous choice to keep moving forward with love as the guiding force. Terry's own journey from devastated widow to powerful matriarch serving as an inspiration to millions who have found hope in her story of perseverance, her open-hearted interviews revealing the raw emotions she feels when Robert does something that so perfectly echoes his father, the way he speaks about animals with passion, the fearless way he engages with dangerous creatures, or the gentle compassion he shows toward every living being, reminding her that their family's connection to the planet and its creatures runs deeper than any single loss, that Steve's legacy is not a burden but a beautiful, living flame passed from one generation to the next. This single, powerful narrative of the Irwin family is a testament to the triumph of love over tragedy, of dedication overcoming despair, and of a mother's unwavering support fueling her children's extraordinary growth, as Robert continues to evolve from that wide-eyed crocodile kid into a global champion for environmental protection whose work will echo for decades to come, saving habitats, raising awareness, and ensuring that future generations inherit a world where wildlife thrives and humans live in harmony with nature, all because Terry Irwin chose strength when it would have been easier to surrender, because the children carried their father's spirit with pride and purpose, and because the entire family remains connected by an unbreakable thread of love for animals, for each other, and for the magnificent planet they have dedicated their lives to protecting, proving beyond any doubt even the darkest storms cannot extinguish the light of a legacy built on pure passion, relentless optimism, and the kind of familial bond that makes the Irwin name synonymous with hope, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit to heal, to rise, and to roar louder than ever before in defense of all living things. Their story reminds us daily that no matter how devastating the turn of events, no matter how heavy the sorrow, the combination of a mother's fierce love, a family's shared mission, and an unshakable commitment to something greater than oneself can transform pain into purpose, loss into legendary impact, and ordinary days into a lifetime of extraordinary conservation victories that touch hearts and change the world, with Terry's tears of pride serving as sacred testimony to the beauty of watching her son blossom into a man Steve would be immensely proud of, a young leader whose photography, advocacy, and hands-on work at the zoo continue to expand the horizons of what is possible when passion meets perseverance. From the early days of Robert learning to feed kangaroos and observe crocodile behavior under his father's watchful eye, through the challenging years of adolescence where he balanced grief with growing public responsibility, to his current status as a mature, accomplished environmentalist whose global travels, breathtaking images, and inspiring messages have motivated thousands to take action in their own communities, every chapter of this journey has been marked by Terry's quiet strength and vocal encouragement, her interviews filled with emotional honesty about the mixed feelings of seeing her son become a carbon copy of Steve in so many wonderful ways while forging his distinct path filled with creativity, innovation, and youthful energy that breathes new life into the Irwin legacy. The Australia Zoo has flourished under their collective care, becoming not just a tourist destination but a vital hub for animal rescue, scientific research, education programs that reach millions through television and social media, and international collaborations that protect species across continents, all while the family maintains the core values Steve taught: respect for every creature, courage in the face of danger, and joy in sharing nature's wonders with the world. Terry's reflections often circle back to those tender family moments captured on video, where young Robert imitated his father's every move around the zoo, growing from a shy, reticent child into a confident speaker who commands attention on the world stage, and in those memories she finds both nostalgia and forward-looking hope, knowing that the next generation of Irwins, including Robert and Bindy's visionary leadership, will continue advancing Steve's dream of a world where humans and wildlife coexist harmoniously. their efforts during natural disasters, their ongoing work with endangered species breeding programs, their powerful documentaries and photography exhibitions, and their ability to connect with audiences of all ages have elevated the Irwin name to new heights, creating a worldwide movement of conservation awareness that transcends borders, cultures, and generations, proving that one family's love and determination can indeed spark global change. As Terry looks at Robert today, a successful, passionate young man whose work brings attention to critical issues like habitat loss, climate impacts, and the beauty of biodiversity, she feels an immense wave of gratitude and pride that often brings tears, not of sadness alone but of profound fulfillment, knowing that through every challenge they have faced, the Irwin family has emerged stronger, more united, and more committed than ever to the causes that define their lives, serving as a shining example to all who face loss, adversity, or uncertainty that with love, optimism, and relentless strength, we can not only survive but thrive, turning personal tragedy into a powerful legacy. Hat benefits the entire planet and all its inhabitants for generations yet to come, a story so moving and inspirational that it continues to touch hearts, spark conversations,